Welcome, travelers, to the fringes of reality, where the strange and mysterious meet, and the thin veil between fact and fiction is torn. Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.
For those of you listening on Spotify, X-Ray Girl is a VTuber now.
Yes.
Which is like she's got an animated avatar and she clapped and her hands didn't clap. And it
yeah. I did it with my mouth, I guess. My VTuber as like anytime I talk, my VTuber avatar moves. That's what I meant. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Well, this is awkward.
This is supposed to be a serious show.
I tried. Okay, we got the two sick people running the show. Adam will be here shortly, and we're holding it down.
I'm on the mend. Like I feel fine. I'm stuffy. I guess I was listening back to the video I recorded. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not sounding my best. Thanks for being here. This is Forbidden Frontier. Adam Crigler will be with us shortly. Quarterback Garrett is on assignment at a bachelor party. No, not going to strip clubs. No, not going to Vegas. They went camping with like freaking Doritos and Yoo-Hoos or whatever, partying like it's 2009 and he's 10. So yeah,
I saw his lunchbox.
Yeah, his lunch. I bet his wife packed that for him too.
Adorable.
It's adorable. It's adorable. It's gonna be kind of a shorter. Yes, QBG went glamping.
Absolutely.
Our good friends over the Brothers of the Serpent, Uncharted X, and I think Luke Caverns is going too. They're doing a camping thing here in Texas, not far from where I live. We can probably find the link if you want to sign up. It's a 3 or 4 day event with like music and comedy for the full eclipse. I am really going to try to be there the first day because it's right before our Vegas meetup, but I'll be there the first day, if anything, just to hang out with the guys. If you guys want to go.
So fun.
Yeah, it sounds brilliant. Yeah, and I haven't talked with them in a while, but they just got back from Egypt and we'll get them back on the show. Maybe they can talk about the trip a little bit. I just saw Luke. We went to Madam Web together, which was funny. So yeah, we're going to continue our conversation with giants. We're just kind of wing it. I watched the Y-Files, Noah and giants video, which is fucking brilliant. I was watching it in the home theater just to get prepped.
Amazing the amount of information that he gathers, and I did watch a couple videos and articles about the Nephilim, so it kind of brought things more, I guess, in perspective in a grander scheme of things. And yeah, very educational. So if you guys want to watch it, you should check out the Y-Files for sure.
Oh yeah, they tie in the Ark, and they talk about the Jewish tribe in Ethiopia, which Graham, that's his first, The Sign and the Seal is his very first book, which is about the Ark possibly being in Ethiopia, or a version. There's a replica basically. And yeah, it's pretty fascinating how that connects to giants. Wow.
Yeah, well, I never would have thought anything biblical was going to be connected to giants, because we talked about giants a bit with the red hair and whatnot, living with humans, but this is a whole different type of story, because you have angels possibly, and maybe aliens. It's kind of crazy how maybe these theories could actually be a thing. Maybe
It could be possibly human hybrid, an actual Nephilim, spawn of women and angels. It could be like Numenorians, which was just probably a proto-human race that was stronger, larger, lived longer, and just died out. And as they died out, some of them became savage. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's something I absolutely did not believe in. I love the idea of it, but I'm like, I don't believe in any of this crap.
none of it whatsoever.
The giant stuff, no, I just didn't until I don't know. Jim Vieira started really digging, and I had heard the reports before Jim Vieira was doing it, but that dude, he's crazy for one. I'd love to talk to him. Crazy in all the best ways. He's the kind of person that needs to pursue a topic like this. Like Randall, they have this obsessive gene, and I have it too for other things, but they have able to focus their obsessive gene on one topic and research it like a madman or woman. What most people wouldn't do, going like way beyond, remember, Randall has a business. Jim Vieira has a business. They both, I think Vieira was a stonemason, or still is, but still finds time to like globetrot and do all this research. That's rad.
It's a passion. You have to have that in order to be able to do that and a full-time job. That's insane.
Yeah, Mike Barra does help the Y-Files. When I get back from Dune tonight, I will contact Mike Barra and see if he'll come on the show. I love Mike Barra, based, and
That would be freaking awesome.
And yeah, he's cool. I think he's on the outs with some of the ancient aliens. It's all right. Don't feel bad. Giorgio, a guy, I know. Wait here. Oh, you can't see. How come that's in the corner? Why is that in the corner? Oh, that was supposed to be an overlay, and it just put it in the corner. I don't know why I uploaded that. So, see this little picture right here? You can barely see it. That's me and Giorgio. That's me and Giorgio and Cat McLeod. Right before he started doing Ancient Aliens, and I helped shoot this, I think, reel to show off. I did the lighting. I did the lighting on it. I lit the interview. It's in my show reel, and I have the footage on one of my drives in my closet. But yeah, he followed me on Twitter and then unfollowed me. Oh my God.
You look what? We both look so different. What the heck?
Hello.
What happened to you?
What do you mean? What's different? I don't understand.
You look lighter.
I got rid of the beard. I did.
Got rid of the beard.
I also got like a fade.
A trim. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling fresh.
You look very fresh.
White supremacist haircut. Nice. Way to go there.
Just fitting in, with my environment.
You had to give in finally.
Yeah.
What's up, Adam?
Oh man, are we live?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say something. I'm glad I didn't.
Save the Game Awards.
Yeah. Wow, we're live. I'm great. I have been working on my new studio all day, and it's not this. It's something different. Okay. I'm gonna be. I love working with wood and metal smithing, carpentry. My mom had a whole workshop in our basement growing up where she made furniture, and I learned how to use everything. And my dad basically built his own house and taught me everything. So I basically built myself a workshop that I can make stuff, and I love that kind of stuff. I love crafting. I love making things. So I'm going to start making stuff.
That's cool. You should make a channel.
Adam. I'm way ahead of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
That should be the name of the channel. Adam likes wood.
Adam likes wood. Yeah. I mean,
Or Call
Yeah.
it Adam would make ...
Adam's got wood. That's what it should be called.
Oh,
It's just Adam Wood, and it's just me grabbing the mic and going, wood.
Wood.
The meme, you know the meme.
Would not. Wood.
Wood.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. I'm really excited about it. Also, it smelled like spring. You know the smell of spring?
Yeah.
Dude, today
In
was
the
the
wood
first
shop,
day.
or?
I walked outside today, and it just it smelled like spring. And there's flowers sprouting all over the ground.
Everywhere. We have little
white
birds,
flowers.
colorful
like,
birds flying around.
Flowers.
Yeah.
Flowers.
Oh.
I hear birds. I smell spring. It's
By the way, it's currently
happening.
85 degrees here.
Are you serious?
Oh wow.
I'm so
That's
jealous.
perfect.
It's
That's
great.
perfect temperature.
It's absolutely perfect. I love it.
Yeah, it's like perfect.
I'm
Yeah.
like half 40 degrees.
Oh,
40.
Damn.
Wow, that sounds great too.
Oh, what are you at?
Oh man, I don't think it's hit 40 here in about 4 months, 5 months.
Okay, I should
Easy.
complain then.
well,
Easy.
I mean, isn't the Arctic Circle in front of your house? So,
Basically, I could throw a stone.
I didn't realize how close it was until I watched the Grand Tour special where they're going through the Arctic Circle, the Scandi flick. I'm like, damn, it's pretty far up there.
I'm pretty far up here.
We're talking about Giants. It's an early show today. Got to end early because I have to drive across town.
Okay.
I have to drive into the city, which I rarely do. I think I've done twice. since I moved here.
Driving into any
That
city.
sounds gross.
Yeah, to go see Dune. Yeah,
Oh,
Worth
well,
it
that's
for Dune though.
that's worth it. I'm looking forward to watching that movie.
I can't. I'm so fired up for this, man. I got my date comics division.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, you can
You
fit
get
it
the
in
booster seat?
pocket.
Oh, I got the
Did you
booster seat
reserve-
for him. I got
reserve
the
the
booster
booster
seat
seat?
for him.
Nice.
I got my booster seat in the car for when we him up. And,
Aww.
Nice. Sweet.
Make sure
That's
you bring
good.
the iPad so he has entertainment.
okay.
He's not a child. He's just child-sized. All right.
Okay. True.
Bring his
my
Game
God.
Boy Advanced, or that shows you how far I go back. But
I love the Game Boy Advance. Okay.
yeah,
I still have my OG Game Boy. I still have my the original.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
The Game Boy Advance was the first one with a light in it, right? I think so.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Yeah, it was Game Boy Color and then Game Boy
Game Boy
Advance.
Advance,
That
okay,
then had
yeah.
the light.
I-
Yeah,
I know those
okay.
little Boy Advance like little games that fucking all over my house, man. They were just everywhere.
Those little things.
Yeah.
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 Kids just like, I don't know where it is. I'm like, did you check the middle of the floor in the living room? Because that's where it is. Okay.
That's where I stepped on it
That's
last.
what I
Oh.
say, yep.
At least it's not as bad as Lego. Okay.
Don't even talk about that. I still have
Mm.
PTSD from the Legos. My prep was watching that the video you shared of the Y-Files, which I've already seen. So I think that was
Okay.
like fourth time I've
Which
seen
one?
it. The
Which
one with Noah's
'Cause-
Ark in
The
it.
one with the hour.
Oh, that
long.
one's fantastic.
That
Well, that
one's
one goes
so good.
into Enoch a lot more.
Yeah.
So that really describes Enoch's journey and like how I think I'm just gonna outright just start by saying this. I think all of the stuff that we've talked about with the ancient history stuff and religion all connects with the Book of Enoch. It's like they wanted to
absolutely.
get rid of the Book of Enoch because it
Connects
kinda-
so many things.
it made you think that there's something else that's going on. Like, all right, well, maybe Enoch was taken up by humans from before the flood, from before the cataclysm 12,000 years ago, right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like he was chosen as that person like, all right, well, we can't save the entire human race because the solar flare is coming and that asteroid's coming. Who knows exactly? AJ from the Y-Files actually says in that video, he believes it was a solar flare and that we got hit by a massive coronal mass ejection that hit us and just freaking
Caused the flood.
obliterated the planet. Yeah, everything, not just the flood, the ice melting.
We could, you know what? Another note for a show, but show after next, we will
Mhm.
compare the theories. We will compare the comet theory to the solar flare theory because it's tough. And there is
I
an
know.
argument to be made that both happened.
That's what I think. I think both happen.
Could they happen concurrently? That would be
well, because the
insane.
Younger Dryas is a period in between, like basically the Ice Age and now, and something mysteriously started it, and something mysteriously ended it, and it was and it was basically 1,000 years of hell that we somehow survived on certain parts of the earth. Right? Yeah, 1,200 years apart. Thank you, chat. And there were certain parts of the earth that were completely temperate and fine. You know, depends on where you were. If you were in America, you were fucked. You were absolutely screwed. Everything got wiped out. Everything was on fire. The floods. Randall has been meticulously going over how bad the floods were, but I wish he'd do just and I know he can't do it because he's Randall. Just do 1 2-hour episode just explaining how much water was poured over America. Not just like little pieces. Give me a broad scope, because when you back up on Google Earth and, you know, he talks about those little rivers within the shadow of a bigger one. I forgot what the name was. There's actually, if you go, it's fractal. If you go out even more, you can see just stuff that's dripping down. Now what was that? What was that? You could, it's totally visible. You know, look at the Western United States. It looks like it melted. So, you know, who knows? But I think so much water.
With Randall's reach, you know that he could probably get somebody to make a graphic or a video animated of showing it, so you can actually visibly see what happened. But the reason I go so hardcore into the nova, the sun exploding, or not exploding, the micronova is what it's called, is because the guy that Ben had on his show, or not Ben, sorry, Jimmy had on his show, the Curious Observers.
Yes.
And it's like the sun guy, right? And I've been following him every day. He posts about the sun. He does a little 3-minute, here's what's going on with the sun. It's really interesting. Like he puts up video from an actual live stream of the sun daily, and he talks about if there's a solar mass eject CME we got to worry about, or that we're looking at. He's been talking a lot about the outages that have been going on. The AT&T went down across America, and everyone's like, oh, is it a solar, is it a hacking? Is this, everyone's talking about hacking, and he's just like sitting there like, guys, it's not a hack. It's the freaking sun. The sun, and he shows it. He's like, this is what happened. And I'm like, that makes sense. Like,
yes,
of course.
The sun causes earthquakes.
Right.
The sun
does a lot.
The sun does a lot. The sun and the moon mess with our heads. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We have little computers in here, and there's like little, it's electronic. And if something messes with the magnetosphere, right, when the moon goes through phases, it affects us. I've been in places.
Lunatics.
Oh, the hospitals are literally.
That's what lunatic is.
Prisons went fucking nuts. Like it was.
Police stations will bring more people on duty during full moons because lunacy. Yeah, exactly, chat. Lunacy.
No,
but you know what? I find that interesting because look, if we're affected by the moon, it's because it's got the most pull on us, right? Because we're made of water. Water. You look at the moon pulling the oceans around. That's what the tides are. It's literally pulling the ocean. Like, that's freaking amazing. But it's got that effect on us. Why wouldn't the other planets have affect us and manipulate us? So but people make fun of. Not
they shouldn't, because
astrology, right? Not astronomy. Astronomy's looking at the stars. Astrology is
Mercury's in retrograde.
that shit, right?
But it's like
about
this with.
We are affected by the planets. I feel like maybe there is a little truth.
We're affected by sound. So we talked about this with the Dyatlov Pass, and if you watch the Dark Watchers short video by Y-Files, they talk about the wind that goes down a mountain. That's at a certain frequency that's just below hearing actually affects us and gives us that feeling that we're being watched and a little paranoia.
Cool.
So like that, if that does it, then what else could do it? You know, how many other frequencies are we getting? 116 gigahertz. Right near the Mesa.
Our favorite.
Yeah. Or is it even the sun? Like, right now we're being bombarded by particles from the sun.
All the time.
We can't escape it. there's this awesome thing in the Griffith Observatory in California and LA, right up at the top. It's the coolest thing in LA that I've been to. It's one of the coolest experiments that I've ever seen. Down in the basement, they had this like layer of gas with a different type of gas over top of it, and you could see the different layers of the gas. And there was these things that were, it looked like it was being poked by needles. And what it was the neutrinos from the sun were going through. And it was saying, we're under 25 feet of concrete where we are right now. So it's not only is it going through 20 some feet of concrete, but if you look, they're coming the other direction too. That means they're going through the other end of the earth. They're coming from the, like, I don't even know what's happening. This is crazy.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah.
So maybe they were giants.
They're just flying
Who
through
fucking
space.
knows?
Are they affecting us? Well, all right. So the giant thing, right? Let's bring it back to Enoch and the giants. I don't think they were giants. I think we've seen a lot of different depictions of men in spacesuits, right? Or even the Easter Island guys, like these giants. Like, were they physically giants? Maybe like the giant skulls.
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, since there was a bunch of giant megafauna running around, that there was like a 7 and 8 foot human, like a race of 7 and 8 foot
we
humans.
have 6 to
that
7
would
feet humans now.
We do, but like a very proportionate separate hominid.
Yeah.
That's basically a version of us that's 2 feet bigger, but can still run just as fast. It doesn't suffer from any weird disease or anything. That were incredibly dangerous, but the problem is they were big and lumbering, which might not be that great during a younger Dryas, and that's why everything big and lumbering died, including a bunch of humans our size. So,
do you think that there's a possibility that the humans that were existing before the Atlanteans were just those giants? Were the 8 to 10 feet tall average? That's what they normally were. So that when they're called the Watchers, or that mated with the humans and the fallen ones, the Watchers, right? Then they created the Nephilim, which was they mated with the women, the human women that were still on the earth. Like, maybe they were just the ones that were chosen to survive. Like, all right, we're gonna die. We can't stop that micronova from hitting Earth. We know that most of the population on the planet is about to be destroyed, completely wiped out. We have enough ships to take 1,000 people, 10,000 people, 10,000 of these Atlanteans into space, into low Earth orbit, or maybe even on the moon, and then come back to try to repopulate the planet. And maybe that's who brought Enoch up and said, "Hey, look, in this time in the future, there's going to be this cataclysm." And it was his grandson Noah who eventually built the ark, but maybe Enoch was tasked with building the ark and said, "Oh, eventually it's going to happen." So I don't know. I'm just kind of like making stuff up, but like, what if that's what the situation was? These Watchers were the Atlanteans and were the giants of the story of the Book of Enoch.
And restarted civilization, and almost in every flood myth there is prior knowledge. They were forewarned. Now it could be as simple as you can see the comet coming, that you can see coming, but how would you know it caused a flood? X-ray. What's up, Frank Gore? Hail, brother. I'm about to go see Dune. But there's prior knowledge, which means, okay, if it was a solar flare, they would have to have knowledge of the sun and be able to understand sunspots. But still, we know solar flares, and they rarely are as bad as like the Carrington event. That's once every couple 100 years, 300 years, who knows? But how would they know? And this solar flare must have been so effing bad. Remember, Robert Schoch, his book. If you want a recommendation on the whole solar flare theory, Robert Schoch's book is called not Origins of the Sphinx. Hang on. I have it in my library. Schoch. Forgotten Civilization. Forgotten Civilization, which is available on Audible. I highly recommend it. He also did one interview on Joe Rogan. Guess he's kind of a prickly kind of a dude. Graham Hancock talked about, like, he hasn't talked to him since 2015. They used to be buds, and he doesn't know
Really?
why. Yeah, it's weird. But Robert
this
Schoch,
guy.
yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
Robert Schoch is like, he's pretty convincing when it comes to the solar flare theory. All the vitrification, for one, that's fucking everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And then he explains that some of the proxies that we're getting from the comet could come from a solar event. The same proxies could come from a solar event. And even Graham said, like, hey, it's possible. Like, we're not going to discount that either. He favors the comet, but we're not going to discount the solar event because it doesn't matter. Something happened. I don't favor one theory. The solar one I've talked about is like way scarier because giant bolts of plasma. You know, think of
the plasma guy. You know,
think of an F5 tornado, except an F5 bolt of lightning.
No, thank
Wow.
you.
Fucking no way. Yeah, so the plasma guy, also that one is real. Like, absolutely, there was a plasma event that people saw and they painted it on rocks because it is too close, and we've gone over it before. So a guy basically simulated a plasma and what would happen in our skies, what we would see, and we'd see a bunch of images of stick figures and birds and shit. And everybody would think it was gods at that time. So and these look a lot like the Rapa Nui writing, the writing from Easter Island. It looks a lot like petroglyphs, which eventually turned into hieroglyphs. It's fucking crazy, like how that. So I could believe it. That would really suck if it happened. The ant people. Randall was talking about the ant people in his last podcast, which you can also find on Audible. And their theory, and he was talking with the Brothers of the Serpent, and their theory on ant people was they were living underground. They didn't look like ants. But they were people who lived underground after the Younger Dryas, or they were watching them mine copper 5, 6, 7, 8, 10,000 years ago in Michigan. Like right after the Younger Dryas. There's ancient copper mines. So that's what the ant people could be, is the people who just lived underground to survive and came back up. Hope he's talking about them.
Do you think that there's people living under the ocean?
I
say people loosely.
Like alien beings? Yeah. I think that's what they are. Yeah.
Would it be alien if they're from Earth?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I don't think they're from another planet. If there is beings living under there, by the way, it would be safe from the solar flares under there because the water would block a lot of the radiation. So if they have found a way to live, maybe not at the bottom, but like deep down, they'd be fine at this solar whatever. So like the ant people went underground, if that's safe enough, but under the ocean, much better.
There's something under the ocean for sure. There's too many UFOs. I refuse to use UAPs or USOs that have been reported around there by our own military. So yeah, it's Hollow Earth vampires. Maybe that'd be interesting.
Yeah, or the Malo Wadi. I think that's what it is. With the tribes in Africa that describe people that lived under the ocean.
Yep.
And it's like, I mean, there's these things about the ocean, and then the 411 near missing near people near water.
Yeah.
There's a connection there. It's like, well,
Lights
what
by
if
the
they are
water.
being taken under the water into like, hey, every so often we need to replenish our ranks because we only have a set amount of people here. We can't just keep turns into inbreeding. We need to like get every so often. We need to bring some new blood down here. Maybe that's part of it, you know. Although some people do come back, maybe they're just not. Maybe they're like, no way, I'm gonna freak out, and they flip, and they're like released and mind wiped. Who knows?
So remember when we had Jimmy on, and I'm like, hey, dude, you got to watch the next Grand Tour episode because they're going to be in Mauritania. And
I saw that they were there.
And
I haven't seen the video, but
no, as soon as I saw Jeremy Clarkson talk about Atlantis and the Ricat structure, I videoed it on my screen and I shot it to Jimmy. I'm all, dude, like, but the reason I wanted him to watch it is like, I don't think anybody's done that good of camera work there. And I'd love for Randall to watch it now because Jimmy was posting today and I knew he would. You can see that there was a flood there. You can absolutely, and not just from the sky. It looks, some of the stuff looks a lot like some of the Scabland stuff in
Did you
Washington.
see what he posted yesterday about the structure?
Yeah.
Thousands of structures.
Thousands of structures.
Thousands of structures.
Because they're finally studying it.
Finally.
It being Atlantis or not, that thing is fucking strange. So even if it's a geographical, totally natural thing, it had to be unburied. That was something that was underground. So something had to scour it to unbury it. And now
point.
You know what? Nobody's really done some serious LiDAR in the Sahara Desert at all. And you know what they're going to find out? Because the Sahara Desert is only 5,000 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to find cities. They're going to find all kinds of shit.
There.
And that's what Graham's been saying forever, is like, do some work there. I know you buried it, Blue Eye Scorpio. You like to bury a lot of things. But no, it as they're driving through Mauritania, you can see the mountains in the background, and it just looks carved. It looks absolutely carved. You know, not unlike it does in parts of Arizona too. Parts here in Texas used to be underwater, so that explains some of our stuff. But here's Jimmy's tweet. Look at that. Wow. These are all shots from the Grand Tour, like drone shots and stuff. So highly
like Utah.
Yeah, dude.
But this is Mauritania. Is that like the Atlas Mountains or something?
That's Mauritania, bro. I don't know exactly what they're in front of, but maybe if they show us a map, like, look at that.
That looks like an ocean floor almost.
Yeah.
Although wind and other geological factors are included, what you're seeing is entirely the result of catastrophic flooding. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like this is
a
key example here.
Yeah,
it looks like flooding. Like wind can't do that.
Yeah, that straight up looks like flooding.
I think there was a video.
That's the part where they zoom out, because they drive to they're like, hey, there's a big eye in the middle of the desert, and they drive, and we can't see it, and then they zoom out and they show it, and James May is getting all pissed at Clarkson. He's like, you drove me out here for nothing.
Man,
great
there
special.
There is some rectangular foundations. What looks like foundations that you can go to.
Triangular, look like a structure that they had like little pens for animals inside. Absolutely, you just got to get out there. It's extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous.
Yeah, Luke Caverns wants to go, and he was like, "Would you be?" He was like, "Does anyone want to go with me?" And I was like, "Hell yeah!" And then he messaged me. He was like, "You serious?" And I'm like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm serious." And I'm like, "Keep me posted," because I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of torn.
Tsunami from a super volcano, maybe. We can't count that out, chat. Adam, you
should do it.
You should do it before you're never mind. You should do it. You should do it now. What? You should do it now because I can't do it. I can't do it because my wife would not let me go.
Yeah.
Flat out would not let me go.
What if a supernova, or excuse me, a micronova, because our sun's halfway through its life. He's in like, I don't know, the middle-aged star.
Over the hump.
So yeah, we've got a long way to go. But
what's up, Dimaj and I? Hey, brother.
According to the suspicious observers, this happens every 6,000 years. And what it is this electrical wave that emanates from the center of the Milky Way. And it comes out. All right. And our solar system passes through it every 6,000 years because the wave, it's a huge wave. So here's our sun gets hit and the sun is affected. And 6,000 years ago it happened. How old did you see the Sahara was?
5,000 years old.
Yeah. So something changed Earth 6,000 years ago.
So their theory
is probably wasn't as crazy as 12,000 years ago, though.
The theory for the Sahara is, but it doesn't like super match up with everything. That's the problem I'm having with the theory, but it sounds really good. and it could be like, these are scientists. I'm just a fucking idiot. But I watched an entire documentary that was really good. And they found all the aquifers under the Sahara. So there is some wobble to the earth that happens every 25 years, 25,000 years.
26,000, the great year.
Yeah. So the earth is wobbling, and it does its wobbling. And then there's a wobble within the wobble within the wobble that makes it go rip. And all the monsoon moisture just moves up, 1,000 miles or something like that, 500 miles. And it just starts raining in the Sahara. The thing is, though, the sand. Where the fucking sand come from? Like, things can dry out. I understand that. Things can dry out. But when you start getting dunes and stuff like that, that's a completely different thing. And the desert is eating everything. They're trying to keep it from encroaching. Good luck. But in another, I think it was 15,000 years, it'll just go back. It'll just go back. They found giant whale bones in the middle of the desert. Because there was a big sea.
Yeah, there's like a dry lake. There's like not a salt pile, but it looks like a lake bed. And they found shells. And I think I know they found shells. Say that.
Yeah, no. Yeah. They found shells. No, they found shells. They found sea life. They found in this documentary humans running into caves towards the end when the thing was starting to turn into a desert. There was a bunch of they found paintings of animals that aren't there anymore. But that's not unusual. Like digging in my backyard when I lived, I grew up in Encinitas, but a place called La Costa, right? A new neighborhood. So I'd like have my little Tonka trucks and I'd dig little ditches in the back, and we'd dig up shells all the time, like all from my backyard. And the house was like 6 miles away from the ocean.
Wow.
And about 100 feet up. And yeah, we dig up shells all the time. That wasn't unusual. And you can find shells in the desert. It's totally not unusual. But because at some point a lot of this ground was under the water, right? There's not a lot that's old. Like even they talked about Y-Files, Mount Ararat's not that old.
Right, the volcano appeared after it was said that the ark landed in the area at mountains.
But the Appalachians, they're old. They're insanely old. Like one of the oldest, if not the oldest, mountain range.
The Appalachian Mountains?
Yeah, the Appalachians.
Cool.
Appalachia.
Appalachian, wasn't it?
Appalachian. That's what they say.
They're beautiful. I love them as mountains. I grew up in them.
Yeah,
I like hiking in them, but yeah.
So, but everything like it does all kind of go back to Atlantis or whatever the hell the mother civilization was, and that mother civilization, we all know where it ended, but how long was it around?
Good point.
2,000 years, 3,000 years. Does it go back 40,000 years? I've heard that. I've heard 20,000 years. I've heard 40,000 years. Robert Schoch.
I think hundreds of thousands, because we know that 250,000 years ago there was the Homo neuraldi. Is that right? In the Cave of Bones, and then we know there's that structure from 450,000 years ago. We don't know what that is yet, but it was obviously built by something with smarts. Like, what if the Atlanteans weren't just a single race of like Homo sapiens? What if there was different versions? What if the giants walked amongst the Homo sapiens of the Atlantean Empire? Like, what if it was consisted of multiple homos? Lack of better way of saying it, but like, what if that's what it was? What if
there's some big homos and some small homos?
Yeah, and, different size homos.
They're all inclusive.
And the biggest homo became the daddy homo. Yeah,
right?
So yeah, well, that's
and then the megafauna all died out, and Earth couldn't support the giants.
Yeah.
Well, it talks about in the Book of Enoch that the Nephilim started eating everything because they ran out of food, and then started eating the humans. Like, what if that was the case? Like, Ice Age and these cataclysms were happening, so the food became scarce, and then the Nephilim started just they're like, whatever, we're just gonna eat whatever. We're way bigger than you. What was it? Lovelock Cave, right?
Lovelock, yeah.
Where the giants were finally brought to, and that was the last stand because they were just eating people. Like, what if that goes back thousands or
that makes
tens of
that
thousands
makes
of years?
sense. And there's a bunch of lore and history that some Indian chiefs were giant. And if you go back and you look at even the Indians we knew about, now sure, Sitting Bull was 5'9", but Geronimo was 6'3". A bunch of them were like over 6 foot. Now it could be as simple as biggest baddest dude becomes chief.
Right.
Okay, totally agree with that. But the Patagonia, they were talking. We have pictures. There's pictures of really fucking giant, like a 7-foot woman and an 8-foot dude. And they were known to be giants. So yeah, it's just as simple as they were the ruling class. They might have even had elongated skulls. That's why a lot of people, the Paracas people, wanted to emulate them, or maybe they were them for a while. And they just, as they started dying out, they got smaller, and as things changed on Earth, maybe our poles might have been different. There's so much they can't explain. There's so, like, how was Siberia, which is all permafrost, how is it not covered in ice during the Ice Age when it's further north? How?
Because it wasn't further north.
Because it wasn't further north.
Well, we know that the poles are shifting, and the micronova, supposedly,
that's more than the poles
observer,
shifting. That's the Earth's axis shifting. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's where I was going. The suspicious observers talk about the Earth has been in different positions. Antarctica wasn't always at the South Pole, right?
Nope.
It used to
No,
be
it used to be a
warm and
rainforest.
lush. That's why they talk about there's probably pyramids. I believe there's pyramids on Antarctica. I don't know if that mountain that looks like a pyramid is actually a pyramid. It could be, because the three, it kind of looks like the same Orion's belt orientation, like the Great Pyramids. Could be. I don't know if it is or not. I'd like to believe it's true, but I definitely think there's
Antarctica is
bases.
weird. It is
I think
definitely
there's
weird.
bases there.
Yeah.
Y-Files has a great video on Antarctica too.
I just watched it. Yeah.
And okay, so you watched it too. I mean, all these things, they just connect so well.
Everything connects.
Yeah, the more you watch all this stuff, you're like, oh yeah, but then and then this and
yeah.
Wow.
Old Linda Moulton Howell's a little wacky, but you do need to watch. They're on her channel. Her interviews with both of those guys. You can find them. They're pretty long and extensive. They're like, there's multiple interviews. She's a little crazy though. I like Linda's been around a long time. She used to do the Earth Files with Art.
Cool.
Yeah, Linda is a hoot. She is a hoot, but she does know her shit when it comes to cattle mutilation. Like, she is probably the #1 expert on cattle mutilation. That's how she got
What
her.
a thing to get known by. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm an expert on cattle
mutilation.
I know everything there is to know about it.
You want to know how they surgically cut out a cow's butthole? I'm your woman.
I know.
Wow.
Sounds like Simcast.
No,
Yeah.
not that gross.
Paranormal
Actually,
Simcast.
X-Ray, you look so different today.
Thank you.
I'm glad you noticed. Did you do something with
yeah.
your hair?
When I get
Yeah.
sick, I go into my original form, which is animated. So
What land are
Okay.
you in right now?
I am
That's,
in an unknown area.
No, that's what is the name of that
Jordan.
temple?
It's Jordan.
Yeah.
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 Looks like you're in Jordan.
Okay,
What is it called? I can't. What? Chat, help me out. What? Petra.
I've gone on
Petra.
vacation again.
That's what it is.
Okay, this is the third one.
I've been on vacation for a month.
Yeah.
Like, everybody leaves me except for Perry. Love you, Perry. Last Crusade, the last Indiana Jones film. There you go.
Man,
The last Indiana Jones film.
finale.
What a great
Best finale.
finale.
Right. So
Yep.
good
It's so good that they left it alone and didn't make any more movies.
for modern audiences. I
For
know,
modern
right?
audiences.
Jeez. Ugh.
Don't even start. I just did a video on that. Okay, I'm fine.
Just for the record, I saw the worst take of Lord of the Rings ever, And I just want to state for the record, I do believe it is in fact the best trilogy ever made.
It is, without a doubt.
I just want to state that. Someone was saying it was overrated.
Oh, you mean that political junkie who knows shit about shit, who wanted to get interaction? Yeah.
Insane.
Oh, and by the way,
I didn't touch it. I was like,
huge Ron DeSantis supporter.
So, that person was?
If you went in their bio, they're DeSantis 2024. It's like, how'd that work out for you?
Yeah, he gave up.
Maybe you don't have the best judgment in the world.
Still in it.
Okay.
Yeah, clearly not.
Clearly not. Whatever. You see that Tucker Carlson?
Which one?
Lord of the Rings thing. Somebody AI'd him like doing a segment on Lord of the Rings.
No.
I covered it. It's so good.
I gotta watch that.
So damn good. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is good stuff. Lord of the Rings is the greatest trilogy ever made. There's no debate on that. Looking for Frank Gore. You still out there? I'm a couple hours away from seeing Doom Part 2.
Oh shit.
The Godfather.
I'm not jealous.
A
little jealous.
Yeah, I can't wait. I was watching David Lynch's I watched about an hour of it.
It's okay.
I freaking love it. It's weird. The inner monologue thing is like, I wonder what Adam's thinking right now.
Yeah.
Like, why would you put that in? That's such a David Lynch thing to do. But it's actually shot like beautifully. Like Lynch is great. He's just fucking weird.
I like his stuff.
Yep.
He is weird though.
I want things to be weird. Just to make it abundantly clear. I want aliens to exist. I want Bigfoot to exist. I want there to be a Loch Ness monster in every lake. I want giants. I want the world to be weird.
I want to hang out with Zorbu one day. You know?
I want to hang out with Zorbu. Like, but to think animals
show
can't.
My forest.
Where is Arrow? I think. Oh my God, what's Phil's last name? The guy. There he is, Phil Labonte. I know he's your bud right there, but he tweeted something. Hang on, and I got to show you this. You want to talk about giants? Where's the picture of the giant pig? Come on. Did you see that picture of the giant pig that's going around on Twitter on the back of a truck?
No.
Oh,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was real. I thought.
Just sounds like humans meddling with DNA.
God, he tweets like a 14-year-old. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I'm looking at Phil Labonte's Twitter because I know I saw him tweet the pig, and oh my God, he tweets a lot. There it is.
He does tweet a lot.
God, he tweets a lot.
He does.
Check this out.
But he's funny. I like it.
I love him. I think he's great.
Yeah.
But motherfucker tweets.
Oh my God.
Shit, that is massive. Is that a full pickup? Like that's a regular size pickup?
That is a full pickup.
Is that like 800 pounds?
That
looks like a wild boar or like a massive javelina.
It's a massive wild boar. This is what happens when domestic hogs interbreed with wild hogs. They get larger each generation. I think the estimate on this was 1,000 pounds.
1,000.
Holy shit.
How'd they get that on there? Oh my God.
That's a lot of bacon. That's a lot of bacon.
Is it real? I don't know if this is a real picture or not. Looks kind of real, but I don't fucking know. It's the internet.
With AI, it's hard to tell sometimes.
That's a good point.
I don't know what the fuck is real. But if it is, it's pretty good art. It's pretty good argument for things getting big.
Yeah, pigs are crazy too because domesticated pigs can be released and they resort back to like wild hog status. So it's very unusual for an animal to be able to do that.
Oh, dude, they're all for one, they're all over here, and all I've seen is dead ones on the side of the road. I've never seen one. I've never seen a single armadillo either. I'm a little fucking disappointed. I thought those little
alive or dead?
Alive. Now
I've seen a lot dead every time.
No, I've seen them dead, but I know they get in my front yard. I know they're getting my front yard all the fucking time because they dig up the ground. They make little holes to look for and my shit's always dug up. So I'm like, God, I need to put a camera out there. That's what I'll do. I'll put another camera out there. Yeah, Jesus, that thing's big. That's a big pig.
That's a big ass pig.
That's a lot of fucking bacon, baby.
Yeah, man. Feed the homeless. Feed those in need. That's a big pig. Stock your fridge. Or your freezer.
Armadillos can spread leprosy.
What?
What?
What
That's
the fuck?
random.
Is that true?
I don't know.
It's on the internet, so it must
It's on
be true.
Google. It's
the
real.
chat said it, so it has to be true.
Yeah, it must be true.
We respect you, chat. We respect you.
I'm Googling it now. Oh my God. I put armadillo spread and leprosy is the first one.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, they're naturally infected with a bacteria that causes Hansen's disease in people and may cause spread to humans. Yep.
Wow.
Well, good to
All
know.
right.
I'm glad I live in Canada.
Chronicles of
For that.
Thomas Covenant. Leprosy.
Not for a lot of things.
Oh, but I do think there is something to. We went over the mounds a lot last week, which coincidentally, that's what Randall's podcast was about. Like, I think it was a day before or day after. They were going over all the mounds, and you went to school here, Adam. I went to school here. I don't know about you. I went to school here maybe a little bit before you did.
Right.
Yeah. Cave. We did our fractions on the cave wall. But
yeah. Yeah, I was like 90s is when I was going to school.
I was never taught about mounds ever.
Neither was I. Never.
Never brought up in our.
I played on a mound when I thought about this the other day, and it popped in my head. And I was like, holy shit. I remember being like 5 years old when I was growing up. Every summer, my grandparents from Florida would drive up to Florida, pick us up, me and my two sisters, and drive us back down to Florida. And it was a 3-day trip. We were driving. We'd stop in all these different places, and they had friends along the way. And somewhere along that path, we would visit these friends of theirs that lived next to a mound. And me and their, like, he was my age, like whatever, their son. Dude, we were running up and down this mound. And I'm like, holy shit. I remember them saying that it was some sort of like Indian burial or something. So like I used to freaking run around on this thing. Like I did. I was running around on a mound.
Well, and honestly,
mounds, maybe.
Hey, when you're in this really flat area and then there's like some rando hill in the middle, chances are it's probably a mound. You know, if you look at Poverty Point, it's really flat. Dude, Poverty Point is fucking huge. And it's not that far away. I could drive there. I might drive there.
You should.
Yeah. Well, if you ever come down to Texas, we'll go there. It's like it's a day's drive, like a full day. Yeah.
I'll be in Texas sometime.
Oh.
Sometime.
I don't know when yet, but
very big. Love it.
It's gonna happen.
But there was so many articles, and it was a craze in the 1800s and early 1900s of finding giant bones. Was the craze started by? Did it have even subliminally like a biblical thing to it? I don't think so. I think people were finding that shit, and I think people just gobbled up all the bones. I mean, all the mounds are gone for the most part. They're all gone or completely grown over. And you see how fast stuff can disappear and nature can take stuff back. A lot of the bones were repatriated and we have no way of knowing. There's little evidence out there though. There are pictures of giant bones that are legit pictures. Not of the giants themselves, but the bones. Yes. There's that one guy laying next to a skeleton. That one's crazy. Skeleton's fucking huge. Mounds matter. They do. Ivermectin. They matter. But I was never taught about this shit.
Never
at all. No. And that's weird how because that's kind of like when I first heard of them, which was like a little bit after high school, I'm like, what the fuck? Because I was having a conversation with a friend. It's like kind of sucks that America doesn't have anything like pyramids. My friend's all, we got mounds. I'm like, what? You mean like Almond Joy and mounds? Or no? He's like, no, mounds. What's a fucking mound? And that's
I think there was pyramids here, and they just got decimated. I think that's what happened. I think they got decimated by, or either that, or North America was the North Pole. Like the Earth shifted over so that Mexico was more like where like America would be. Like it just shifted all the way up so that Mexico wasn't as hot as it is now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it might not have been.
And Antarctica would actually have been more warm, which would have made sense with what is the name of that map from 1500 that shows Antarctica? You know what I'm talking about? Jimmy brings it up all the time. Chat, do you know what I'm talking about?
It's the
Piri-Reis map. Thank you. In that map, it shows South America, and then it shows Antarctica. That's like the coastline, and then Africa, and it's like kind of like this U shape. And it's like, well, why would they be going down to Antarctica unless maybe it wasn't frozen over? Maybe Earth actually shifted and brought Antarctica down further south to the bottom, to the South Pole, and it froze over. Who knows? The Piri-Reis doesn't show Antarctica. Well, one of them does. Hold on,
the Piri-Reis shows what they believe is Antarctica. Some argue that it's just South America drawn up, but there's other maps that show Antarctica. It's not a Turkish map.
This is the one that they think shows Antarctica. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm looking at it. It's not for certain, but that's what Jimmy thinks.
No, they go over. Watch Ancient Apocalypse. They go over multiple maps that show Antarctica. They knew it was there. They also knew America was there before Columbus.
This is
tons of evidence that they knew America was there before Columbus, including the people who found America before Columbus. Even Plato mentions beyond the island of Atlantis, there is the continent beyond it. They think that was America. So that's Piri-Reis.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
not a gimmick. Saw the Piri-Reis map in the exhibition in Canberra.
What's weird is there's also I can't find it on the map, but they show in an Ancient Apocalypse. They show what could be construed as the Bimini Road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And Piri-Reis in his own handwriting said got this from a bunch of other source maps that are much older. And I forgot the name of the other map that shows Antarctica too. But yeah, they a lot of people probably knew about a lot of stuff. Remember, information was pretty much held by the church and the king. So it could easily be lost, stolen, be with a private collector. And information just didn't get out that much. That's how they were able to be kings for so long. I love how David Hatcher Childress really makes a point in his book about possible loss to ancient technology. Is he goes on a big, I've told you about this before, he goes a big two-way thing, like guns are important. The invention of gunfire and guns was the death of kings. Was when the normal man and woman could stand up against the knight. The man with the sword.
Point.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they called it the death of kings. I'm like, God damn. God bless America.
Yeah. That's some truth there.
Right there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I like that. Never thought of it that way.
Well, they don't really know who. Okay, they don't really know who invented the gun. They don't. Now, I think there's a German. I think they think it was invented in Germany, but there's a lot of evidence that China had a form of a gun, and it's basically a piece of wood that could shoot a projectile with like gunpowder.
Okay.
So that's how the early guns were very archaic. Yeah, I think it's the Chinese. Europe wants to take credit for it, but I'm pretty sure it was the Chinese. It's a boomstick. That's right. It was a boomstick. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Now, when it comes to the giants in America, I think those were like the last line, the dying line. The bloodline was dying out. They were just outnumbered by humans, and that's how we've always survived. We've just always screwed and multiplied, and that's how we survive.
We're exceptionally good at that.
We're exceptionally good at it. Not so much lately.
There's a way.
Not so much lately in the Western civilization, but
no.
We got people
Honestly,
like Shad
let
and
them
Garrett
cut
trying to fix
themselves
that.
out of the gene pool. I'm fine with
Oh
it.
yeah, I am. There's a lot of people who's like, I'm never gonna have kids. It's like, thank you,
Thank you.
Good.
thank you.
Everyone else should.
Yep.
But you, all right, we're fine with it.
Cool people should multiply. Uncool people, masturbate. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm fine
Or
with
cut your dick off, like whatever you want.
Oh my
If it
god.
makes you feel better.
it. Where is
What
Garrett?
they're doing it.
They
Yeah,
are.
where's
I'm
Garrett?
fine. Like, there's a part of me is like, okay. I mean, like, I don't mind if you're an adult and you want to
There it is, right
cut your
there.
dick off. Go ahead, do it all day long.
Yeah,
Support
you're
your
an
right
adult.
to do it. You're an
Who the
adult.
fucking gives a
It's
shit?
part of a free society. I'm for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But not kids.
Not fucking kids.
Yep.
No.
Agreed.
I would
That's
even
facts.
caution till
That's-
21, but that's
not
just
even
me.
a line. That's a wall. That's a barrier. Never ever to be broken. Never to be compromised. Ever.
Period.
Any society that starts pushing that is no society at all, and we've lost our humanity. End of story.
Facts.
Where is Garrett? Well, somebody asked in the chat, where's Garrett? Garrett's at a bachelor party. He bailed on us, basically.
Oh, all right.
Wanted to hang out with the boys instead of us.
Right.
He's the expert prober, so they
Yeah.
they needed him.
God!
He went
Sorry,
out.
no.
He went out in the desert to call Zorbu so he can get a special so he and his bros can get a
I
special
mean, we
program.
haven't seen Zorbu here yet. I'm just saying.
That's a good point. I
It's
mean, I
very
don't know.
us.
Suspiciously, Zorbu's missing.
Zorbu,
don't
are
know.
you there as well?
Mhm.
Maybe. Let's get to those super chats. Yeah, he's at a bachelor party this weekend. Let's get to him. That means me, by the way, which
Do you
I
want me to
wasn't
just
ready.
bring some up? Do it like that?
You can. Yeah, I think that's the best way to go.
Okay.
Hail all, says Fish Shooter 24, member for 8 months. Cheers. We appreciate you. Heard it from X-Ray Girl herself. She does it with her mouth. Yeah, you missed that, Adam.
Wow. What did I miss? Maybe I'm good.
There was clapping noise, but my hands weren't clapping because, I don't have a fancy
Soundboard.
VTuber avatar where I can clap with my hands. And when I clap, you can see my mouth move a bit. So I said I clapped with my mouth.
Wow.
No, you
Anyways,
said I did it with my mouth. That's exactly
I did it with my mouth. There you go.
But you said it that way though.
Yeah, and Gary did it too. So now you can clip both of us.
Wow.
saying that.
All right.
I was just talking about you. Mouth technique, Supreme X-Ray Girl.
Oh my God. Ask Mark.
Well, I'm glad I get it now. Wow. I won't be asking Mark.
Where Nerdrotic Chan VTuber at? Right here. Right here.
This is AI. This is all AI you're looking
Yeah,
at.
I'm not real. I actually look way worse in real life. Just ask anybody who's met me at a meetup. Adam looks like Delta operator Mike Vining or Vining.
What? Vining? Mike Vining?
Luis
I don't know what that is.
Suevas for $10. What's up, Louise? Who is the discount Ashton Kutcher? Joker's Disciple for $2. Hey.
Wow.
That's funny.
Well, at least Adam wasn't friends with a rapist. So
But didn't they not? There's no evidence though, right? They just said it.
He's in jail.
I think that's fucked up though. They didn't have any evidence. It's just kind of like
fucked up. They did
it's
not
a really
have
weird situation.
physical evidence, and he's like doing hard time.
Yeah, like 30 years. And it's like, it's kind of weird.
Get out of
I don't know.
California.
I don't
Get
like
out.
that.
Get out of California. Get out of a big city. The justice system is completely broken.
I have
Wasn't-
a
was great
a
to
friend
begin
of mine
with.
in high school did 2 years for rape, and she then admitted later on that he didn't, and he got let out.
Yeah, there's just a story of a guy who
So
did
it's
6
like-
years. 6 years.
It's like, I know it happens.
any-
so I don't know.
Any woman accuser who does that should get the same amount of time.
Facts.
Yeah, you stole it from someone
Facts.
else. You
Yep,
need to do too.
you owe.
Yeah. So I don't know that shit. I didn't like it.
Crypto Kev $5. Why did Zorbu? What did Zorbu do to Adam? Just got the Art Bell collection too. Awesome. Hail chat. Yes, the Art Bell collection is available on eBay. You get basically a thumb drive. It's anywhere from. It depends on the price. It's not expensive at all. It's absolutely worth it. It is.
Wait, that's all of them? All of them?
I think it's
Holy
all
shit.
of Coast to Coast. I haven't double checked
Okay.
if it's Midnight in the Desert yet, but
Okay.
it's pretty extensive, dude.
We should do an Art Bell, like this is Garrett's idea, not my idea, but I like the idea of like picking one.
It's 700. It's 700 shows.
That's great.
so-
I'm down.
No,
with
wait.
Pick
that.
one. We'll just pick one.
Was it one thing? I can't remember. Here, I can check right now.
I believe
know,
it was
the-
one show. Pick a show and then do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just do a little
Reaction.
Art Bell segment, ode to art every week. Do like a quick little 5-minute rundown of just like some of his episodes.
Good God, it's a fuck ton of shows. But this
It
is from
really is.
2001. Like I'm just randomly 3/6/2001 Tunnels on Mars with Richard C. Hoagland.
So that's dope. That sounds
That's
great.
Fucking that
Tunnels
was a
on
random
Mars.
one.
Yeah.
Art Bell Dreams, Kasia Romanoff and Lori something.
Cool.
Richard C.
Dreams?
Hoagland, Face on Mars. That's from
Ooh.
98. So this is Coast
Wow.
to Coast. And I think the other one is Midnight in the Desert. And yeah, it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes.
I'd be down to do that.
And we could do it
I
for the
don't
rest
think I look like this guy, by the way, Mike Vining.
I think he does.
Just you think I look like him?
No, I'm not going to argue with the chat. I agree with the chat. I agree with you, chat.
All right,
Somebody-
we need to
Somebody has to represent you.
look it up and see. Tell me if you think I look like this guy.
I think you look like this guy.
Shut up.
Let me search this.
Thank you.
No.
EFAP art. If we
Thank
could
you.
EFAP Art Bell, I would. But we get in trouble with George Snorri. George Snorri.
What? Because he owns all of it or something?
Coast to Coast does.
Okay.
George
Mm.
Snorri. Soon you will be able to watch Adam's new channel, Adam Playing with His Wood. He puts a good polish on the end.
Oh my God.
He's not wrong. He's
Not wrong. He ain't wrong. He ain't lying.
No, I'm good at polish. I tell you.
Can we get
Sorry.
at an Ara Oni Chan for the deep fake? I don't even know what I just said.
He's asking
Did
me
he-
to say it, but you got Gary, which is even better.
No, you say it. You're better than me.
Ara Oni-chan. It doesn't work because I'm sick.
Oh, I think the chat loves
You
it.
did
Don't
not
worry
even
about it.
try.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed.
Wait, there you go. All right, at least you tried. All
That's
right.
good.
I tried.
At least you tried.
The giant disciples of Horus, called the Shimsu may have built the Great Pyramids. Certain early pharaohs are recorded as being 8 feet tall. Yes, I've heard that too. And Ome sarcophagi found are too large for normal ancient Egyptians. This is true. Some say
Cool.
they're for bulls and stuff like that. I think that's bullshit. But
Bow.
Ryan's Egyptian ancestor for $20.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
We were kings. Garrett is waiting in the wood for the Zorbu probe for Eric.
Yeah, they had an early meeting
Oh wow.
because we went live early. You know, he wasn't expecting, and then he's like, "Well, I mean, gonna be late."
Yeah. Long time, first time. Amber Leland for $9.99. Thank you very much. Ancient Aliens episode Grandpa keeps mentioning is season 8, episode 96. It must be episode 9 or 6, or episode 96 overall. Skulls from Lovelock. Childress is at the Humboldt Museum. Wait a minute. Are you calling me Grandpa, by the way? Because I keep bringing up that episode.
Actually,
what
checks out.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
So it's season 8, episode 96. That might be overall, but I have the whole collection. I have they have a 10-year anniversary collection, so I have that. So it's there. Childress is at the Humboldt Museum in Winnemucca, Nevada. Check their Lovelock page for Cope. Yes, and that's the one where he pulls out the giant skulls. That's the episode where he pulls out the giant skulls.
Yep. You do talk about that a lot.
Childress is the man. I just bought the book Mysteries of Easter Island and learned the native Easter Island word for sun is Ra, like the Egyptian solar god Ra. And that's not the only one. There's a variation of Ra used in not Indonesia. Maybe it's Indonesia. Maybe it is somewhere around there. Crypto
that is quite literally the opposite side of the planet, isn't it?
Yes.
Like, I mean, as far as you can go, that's the opposite. Still Ra. That's cool. Pretty cool.
Or it could be X-Ray Girl singing fra ra 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 ra. Look up Angus McCaskill, the only known giant who didn't have a condition. 7'8", incredibly strong. Was that the guy who lived in? Okay, hang on. We've heard this story before.
Scottish-born Canadian giant.
Scottish, yeah, fucking huge guy. 7'8". 7'8".
He's humongous.
That's a tall dude. Holy shit.
Angus will fuck you up. Like, look at that dude. And he's fully proportionate. Like, it's not a disease or anything. He's just a big dude.
Dang.
His name was Angus.
Angus.
Black Angus. What if we... It's a fucking restaurant, dude. What if we are the ancients and it's all up to us? True Believer for $2. Well,
do we have amnesia?
Maybe we have amnesia for a reason. Maybe we're on a prison planet. Maybe we're kept here because we are the conquerors of the universe.
Oh,
humans forget very easily.
Yeah, goldfish brains, especially now. Look at us.
I would love to invite Johanna James onto this show. I didn't get a chance to meet her. She was at Cosmic Summit.
Is that the host?
Yeah, she was the host.
Oh, she's great. She's got cool videos.
Yeah, she's got great videos. I'll reach out for sure. Hey, Adam, do you know the best way to make stairs? One step at a time. Get out of here, Andy. Plays games. Get out of here. I know you're here for 9 months. No.
Wow.
Have you ever checked out a small town monsters? Seth Breadlove and his crew have done some amazing documentaries on all manner of cryptids. No, I haven't.
Cool.
They would be excellent guests. Hail Forbidden Frontier. Spartan 317 for $10. We need to get guests back running. I think I've had X-Ray Girl just kind of too busy. So post Vegas, I think we'll do a bunch of guest episodes. We'll get a bunch of guests.
Good.
Nice. Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Wolverine Snick became a member. Welcome. Schnick.
That's how I hear it in my head.
My kid's named after Wolverine.
Ooh.
Yeah, Logan is named after Wolverine.
Dude, Wolverine is badass. I had a
bunch of he is.
He was my first comic, was a Wolverine.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was the one superhero
everybody.
That I saw become
brutal.
Because all the classic superheroes became popular before I was born. It was the one superhero I saw become popular while I was alive. Like, started out, nobody knew who the fuck he was. And then towards the end of the 70s, early 80s, like he started blowing up. Like everybody's like, Wolverine's fucking awesome.
He has such
He
a
is.
cool origin story.
Well, yeah, and well, he's got the cool powers. So everybody likes a guy, the hero that fights the losing battle. Like that's pretty. That's the whole series of Angel is about. Like, there's no way we're gonna win, but we're gonna fight anyway. Daredevil, no way I'm gonna win. I'm gonna fight anyway. Wolverine's got a little step up on them because he has the healing power, which I think is the absolute. I think endurance is the greatest power. It just the ability, like, I'm not gonna beat you, but you can't beat me. Like, I will outlast you. I will fucking outlast you every time. There's something badass about that. Something really badass about that. Plus, fucking knives coming out of your hand is pretty rad. Yeah, love Wolverine. 6,006 subs to go to 100,000, and then we officially change this to the Forbidden Frontier channel.
So tell everyone to subscribe, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes, please. We're also going to have our own dedicated email. Because honestly, I get more emails for Forbidden Frontier than anything.
Really?
Really?
I love it. I love
anything.
it.
I do too.
Oh,
What's the next
This
one?
is
Thank
a
you for
different
those
one.
5 gifted memberships. I don't know if we said it.
Oh,
No.
Wolverine.
Sorry, my bad.
Thank you.
My bad. You could stick
And then
me with your
another
claws.
one.
Cisco Kid was a friend of mine. Gifted 5 Nerdrotic live memberships. Hail. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Me so trashed. Me so trashed.
You have to say it like this. Me so trashed.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations to Adam and his wife. For what? Getting
For what?
married?
For
Thank you.
constructing a new office.
Yeah. Thanks.
For for polishing his wood? Oh my god, what is that laugh?
Wow, you are sick. Holy shit. Oh my god.
Don't die.
Oh my God. Wow.
Middle of Saudi Arabia, you can pick up shark teeth. That is true, Eric. That is true.
Cool.
Seriously, America for $10. Appalachian Mountains are the oldest one of the oldest ranges, and they were covered in ancient burial mounds that always had at least one giant skeleton. Creel Mound had giant with 10 regular sized people encircling it in a burial chamber. That's fucking rad. I need to go there.
What if they were used as like servants or like indentured servants for slaves, back in the day?
Yeah.
Like maybe they weren't very smart.
And they had to die with their master. I mean, that's good. That's a lot of cultures did that. The slaves, the preferred slaves, the favorite slaves died with their master.
Mm.
Brutal.
Oh, yeah. Zick Zenter, they were freed by dying with their master. And a geological professor in Washington State, he has a ton of lectures on the Missoula flood on YouTube. He has a video simulating the flood and a couple of them. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, I've seen those. Those are really good. Those are really good. The Washington State, he's a really good speaker too. Like, he's a very engaging speaker. Lots of personality and funny. He's funny. He throws in jokes. Josh Kelsey dropping a 20.
Thanks.
Dropping and bouncing.
Thanks for coming in earlier too, Josh. Saw you on the square up. That was fun. You do it.
Me so trashed.
For $5. Linda Moulton Howe won Miss Idaho in 1963. I wouldn't be surprised. She used to be really cute. I mean, she's a cute old lady, but she's not ugly. But God, I've been listening to her for 30 years. Over 30 years. But what the fuck happened to your face, Adam? Hey, I win the beard contest by default now. Ha 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 ha. This is Metastep.
You only read half of those ha's. I'm just saying.
That's too many ha's.
You know what, Metastep? You can have it. It's fine. That's
I'm
fine.
sitting right here, by the way. Do you guys catch this over the summer? Three-eyed dinosaur shrimp are walking up in the Nevada desert after Burning Man washout. What? Vic, Whiplash for $10. Vic, are you high right now? I'm just going to ask if you're high right now. And it's okay if you are. I don't judge. Okay. Everybody's got to do what they do.
I have not heard that. I have not heard that.
Little syllabus fucking little showman going on.
Okay, so there's these three-eyed dinosaur shrimp waking up in the Nevada desert after burning and washout. It's a real article from The Independent.
So, you ever read the Expanse books?
No. I've seen the first couple seasons.
Okay, remember the fourth book, chat? Remember the fourth book? They're on the alien planet, right? And it rains, and these little slugs come up, and it blinds everybody. It reminds me of that.
This is them right here.
That is fucking insane. So the rain and this biological form just pops out of nowhere. I mean, they've got to be other places too.
That's real? Insane. That's pretty real.
They look like the blue crabs, or like the blue-blooded crabs. You know what I'm talking about? Like the oldest crab with the blue blood. That's what it looks like. It looks like a mini version of it.
Triops. Facts about the three-eyed dinosaur shrimp, which are very real. Triops are a group of freshwater crustaceans commonly called the tadpole shrimp or dinosaur shrimp. They look like ancient armored tadpoles, and they look they've rocked for they have rocked for 100 years or hundreds of millions of years. The word triops means three eyes in Greek, and the group is so named because they have two main compound eyes and a third simple organ called ocellius eye that helps them detect light. Like we have a third eye, bro. The animals are not shrimp, which is the name usually reserved for marine crustaceans. And in order for decopode, tripods are in the order of, I can't even pronounce that, but like shrimps, triops, one of the two genera is only a family or an order, live in water. In fact, triops have adopted to extreme life in temporary freshwater or slightly salty pools that may only last a few weeks before drying up.
Insane.
Cool.
That is insane. And how big are they again?
They fit in your hand.
Well, you saw them. They were holding them, in their hand.
In their hand.
Tiny.
Can you eat them? I mean, I don't eat shrimp.
Probably not a lot of meat.
I was going to say the Chinese in me says that you can eat anything.
Okay. As you're moving, we can eat it. Yeah. It's like crawdads. We had crawdads near my house in La Costa.
Oh, they're right outside my house.
They're fucking everywhere. Went to Antarctica by the Bay of Whales and McMurdo Station with the USCG. And yes, there's damn near perfect pyramid-shaped mountains. They stand out even from the other mountains in the region. That's weird. Medieval syphilis for $10. That's
that's cool. Great name.
I need an account name. Medieval syphilis. It doesn't bite as hard as the plague. The Black Plague
when syphilis was civilized.
Black Plague is so overused. Gary, there is no hybridization between wild boar and domestic pigs because they are the same species. Okay.
It's a state of mind, I guess.
Nathan Sherwood, are you saying what I read on Twitter was not factually true?
There needs to be a community note there.
Yeah. It was just a big ass fucking pig. They get big. They get fucking big, but like 500 pounds? Not 1,000. That's why I don't know if it's real or not. Like you don't know it's fucking real. If you want to know why all entertainment is so terrible, watch my videos or look up Bridge. They have their hands. They're band of DEI soul-pushing divisive into everything. Look up Kirsch. She's been tracking them. So they're called Bridge. So that'd probably be like the Sweet Baby Inc. of entertainment. Yeah, there's multiple organizations that are pushing this, and it's a giant grift.
True.
Love you guys. You are the highlight of my Sunday night before going back to the grind. Hail.
Thank you.
Space Eel, $20. Thank you.
Great name.
And this is a great name.
Yeah.
So, Adam, I've been told you haven't seen Starship Troopers. Is there a reason for that? Or are you some sort of bug sympathizer? Tomac for 50.
Wow. I've seen a movie you haven't? That's rare.
Well, first off, thank you. That's a huge super chat. And I haven't seen it. And I don't know why. I just never saw it. And everyone's been talking about it because of the new game, Helldivers 2, that came out. And I have the book, and I've never read it. And I'm actually reading it right now. It's like a 300-page book.
Yeah,
I'm
read
on
the
page,
book
like,
first.
yeah, I'm like a third of the way through the book. I'm just reading it. So, and once I finish the book, I'll watch the movie and kind of do my own little cross comparison. And but I'm reading it right now. I just started a couple days ago.
Movie. It's a fun watch for sure.
I love it. Sparks the confirmation bias of a lot of people out there and how they view a movie based on like a passing comment from the director, and they think they have all the fucking answers. And then when somebody says, I didn't get that out of the movie, they go, obviously you're stupid and not as smart as me.
I know
that's every
like
critic,
that.
by the way. And they used the term media literacy, which is which just equates to I'm fucking retarded and can't handle another opinion. That's all it is.
Yeah, basically.
I'm retarded and I can't handle another opinion. Media literacy. Anybody, you know who breaks that out? Matt Jarbo. The man who will back up Terminator Dark Fate and say it's one of the greatest movies ever made. And it's okay that he believes that. It's completely okay. But objectively, that movie's a piece of shit. It's a total piece of shit.
Matt Jarbo, that guy randomly threw shade at me on Twitter. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like,
he likes throwing shade at anybody in our sphere. It's fine.
You know who throws shade at people in our sphere? Zorbu. On the Streamlabs side with $50.
Oh my god!
Holy shit, Zorbu! He is here.
He finally made it. It says, as you guessed, we were trying to probe Quarter Earthling, but his bachelor party is in an area painted in rainbows known as a gayborhood.
Oh.
When the ground team approached, a short-haired female shrieked at us. So screw that. We'll just visit Gary tonight.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, we also probed Crigler. We were surprised he wasn't slugged or gagged like our last attempt.
Jeez.
That said, we had to clean him up first with a shave, haircut, etc. We don't probe strange. Oh no. Thank you, Zorbu. And then we also have Bigfoot on the Streamlabs side for 25 saying
I want to say though, I did just randomly wake up like this, so that explains it. Just woke up one day and I'm like, what happened to my beard? It's so cold in here.
Zorbu did a good job.
Took it
pretty even shave.
Yeah. Hey, at least he took his time at least. Yeah, thank you.
Now Bigfoot here with 25 says, just found out they called me the grass man in Ohio. What the? I'd never even experimented with substance and certainly don't endorse that behavior. # big no to drugs.
Big no.
Thank you.
Big no.
Okay, we'll come back to these ones.
I got to Serpent Mound on my way to Wright Patterson Air Force Base. It says stanky pussy for 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
I like that you added an extra puss in there, which made it better.
I love all the FNT folks and just the audience, the general audience. They come here to like ask like really serious and fun questions, and it's just all names from our other streams.
What's up, Stanky?
What's up, Stanky Pussy? Thank you for being here on Forbidden Frontier.
We appreciate it.
Neil Horn for $10. I wonder if the human remains the Alaska gold miner dude found in the boneyard are a giant size. Would love it if you could have him on the show. I don't think that guy does.
Well, not that he can admit it. Not that he can admit it.
He can't admit that he even found a body. Like he has to be really
Yeah.
vague about it because then that creates a bunch of problems for his property.
Mhm.
And who would blame him? No, I just
Ooh.
have it in a private collection somewhere. I would. How fucking rad would that be?
Would be
Freaking
rad.
really cool.
Oh, and then on the side, he mines a bunch of gold and gets really rich.
Yeah.
Only the 9-banded armadillo carries leprosy, says Matthew Hammond for $2.
Thank you for clarifying.
Well,
Oh.
I'll be sure to count the bands right before I get leprosy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Seven,
There's
8.
only 7. We're good. We're
Ah,
good.
We're good.
It's the same thing with snakes. I'm just going to be scared of all snakes. It's fine.
Oh, there's tons of them here.
Ugh.
There's tons in California too. I went to Poverty Point last year. Good time. Got a shit.
What?
You got a shit?
You went and got a shit?
How does one get a
Was it
poop?
was it
petrified?
ancient? Was it ancient? Yeah. Was it a giant
Oh, yeah, maybe.
shit?
go with
Jeff
that.
Atkins for $5. We'll go with that. The wife and I are driving from Chicago to Utah in June. Our first vacation in 5 years. Congratulations, Fortune and Glory. Apparently driving through Skinwalker Ranch. How
Cool.
fucked are we?
You can't really drive. You
I'm
can't
sure
drive
you'll be-
through it.
You can drive by it.
Yeah, close proximity, but not
Close
through
by-
it.
yeah, you can't drive through it.
It's a
But
big
if you can,
property.
you should.
Oh,
and
yeah.
report back.
Have fun. Utah's beautiful.
Just do a detour.
Love
Yeah, why
Utah.
not?
Look how close Chile is to Antarctica, the Antarctic Peninsula. It's insane to think no natives ended up sailing there, as it's a few days sail and the temps milder, says Medieval Syphilis for $5. Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
Of course they
Probably.
did. Of course they did.
Hey, all. Heard the recent stories of South America cave art, megaliths, and submerged megastructures in the Baltic. Every other day, it's like Graham is getting vindicated more and more. Southeastern Kaiju for $10. Yeah, he's looking pretty good right now. Things are looking pretty good for Graham.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him because he took a lot of shit.
True
Do you
that.
think the Giants have had average size peens? Daniel H for $2. Why do you think they died out?
Oh no,
They had human sized peens on the giant body.
that contrast of big
Yeah.
body,
Mm.
small.
Yeah. The one on the Pinson Mounds in Western Tennessee is a pyramid shape. Yes. It also aligned with the cardinal directions. A lot,
Cool.
pretty much all the complexes are all aligned. There's all some form of alignment, which means engineering, which means math.
Yep.
My favorite.
Moose in Sweden versus Canada and buy a Lego, says the Lego Pirate for 200 Danish krona.
I ran into 2 moose, not literally running
They're-
into them, but
they're
they were in
fucking
the
weird.
middle of the
They're
road,
Scary.
and I drove like next to them, and I like rolled down my window, and I was like, "What up?" And they were like 4 or 5 feet from me. And they like looked at me, and then they're like, "Ah!" and like scampered off into the woods. It was pretty cool. It was a cool moment.
They're big.
They're huge. They were taller than my car. Yeah, it was awesome.
I drank and
Meth.
I drank and
You
meth
should
a
know
lot
that.
back in the. I never referred to it as meth.
New age terminology, I guess.
Left
We
around
called
a
it. We
lot.
called it crystal. We called it crystal or crank. It was crystal meth, but we called it
So
crystal.
you
or crank.
cranked.
So it's like when we were asking for you. Well, honestly, we go, "You got any shit?" Because we called it shit. That's what we called it. Is shit.
Oh, is that what they were talking about? At the,
Maybe
they
shit.
went to the
Earlier.
mound and
maybe,
got a
Yeah.
shit?
maybe.
Oh my God.
Ah, he was using your terminology, maybe.
That's where the name came from. Been sober for 7 years now. Okay, so say it again.
Oh shit! Wait.
No, wait, say his name. Say
Me
his name.
so trashed.
There you go for $5. Gotcha. Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah,
7
that's
years, awesome.
Love that.
D's Weebos for $4.99. What are y'all thoughts on when Art Bell interviewed Harlot the Witch? That was pretty creepy show. Yes, it was. And
I
we
don't know
have that episode. We have
We
that
should
episode.
start with that. Maybe I
There
love
you
a
go.
good
We should review it.
What would WWAD? What would Adam do? The WAD show?
The Watch Show.
I mean,
awesome.
it's not bad. I think it's more of a good slogan. I'm gonna be working more with metals and silver, and I like making rings and knives and stuff like that. But so it's more metal than wood, but it's pretty good though.
I can't wait to see that channel for sure. There's a couple on the Streamlabs side. Rook Takes Rook for $10 has been catching up with an old Forbidden Frontier episode from the beginning. Made it to 19 in 3 days. First time super chatting.
Wow.
Love you guys. Oh, thank you, Rook Takes Rook. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Crit Nature for $5 says, do you guys check out the interview with the family that got stalked by beings for months on Danny Jones's podcast? Like Skinwalker Ranch, it was connected with other events like a poltergeist in their kitchen, which is kind of demonic in my opinion. Makes you think.
I'll watch that.
Cool.
I'll watch that.
That's creepy. I already feel
I've heard a lot of that. Yeah, a lot of that.
Matthew Hammond for $2 says the biggest homo is the Dan Vask homo.
This is true.
Damn.
This is a fact.
Wow. Chupacabra. Wow, this is the first time super chat for the Chupacabra, I think. With $10 says Snuff Holmes.
Stop, Holmes.
Crit Nature with $5 says, by the way, Danny Jones is really killing it lately. Very interesting guests, like the lawyer who talked about the connection between Nixon and Kennedy and certain Cuban assassins. Oh.
Yeah. He gets a lot of good guests. I don't know how he does it. Oh, he probably has an agent.
Probably.
I won't.
PJ Maybe for $6.34 says a good book that you may be interested in is The Martians: Evidence of Life on the Red Planet by Nick Redfern. It's on Audible.
I have it.
Mentions Jack the King Kirby, one of his early stories. Ooh, very cool. That's all the Streamlabs ones.
Any help finding the Art Bell episodes on eBay? Couldn't find anything. Tricky.
Really?
$10.
I just searched eBay Art Bell and it came up.
Oh, you didn't even go to eBay. You just searched
Art
Bell eBay.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Don't search Art Bell because you get Virginia Bell nudes. Hang on. Art Bell.
Well, maybe you should.
Calm down, X.
I just saw some titties. So
that's why he looks so happy.
You are smiling.
Yeah, it's gone now. It's gone.
Oh, really?
Now. Yeah, it'll pop back up. Just search around Art Bell, but don't just put in Art Bell because you'll get Virginia Bell and you'll see some 1950s titties. Not that that's bad. Not that that's bad. Not that that's bad. Are we done?
Okay. We have a few more member chats here.
Okay. I live near Wycliffe Mounds in Kentucky. We could see the actual bones there when I was a kid, but they have since been replaced by plaster copies. Interesting. Thank you for being a member for 5 months. Thanks,
Cheers.
Mike. Thanks for the EU friendly stream. You're welcome, Philip H. I'm always thinking of the EU. No, I'm actually just going to Dune. Thanks for doing this in 2 parts. Both streams have been fun. Psychotic Mongoose for 5 months. Yeah, awesome. Thanks.
And we got a couple more here.
Doesn't Nick Redford live in Texas? Get him on the show. Sure. Yes. Crypto Kev for $5. Homo Dan Vasquez. $2.
Oh no. Poor Dan. He's not even here to defend himself.
Oh, it's fantastic. He might be, but
fucking fantastic. I love talking shit about him.
I saw you, Ben and Sylv, earlier. Hi.
You two have a great relationship. It's cute.
Fuck him.
Your homo relationship.
You're kicking his ass, and I can't wait for you to win.
Yay. That's it.
That's it. All right. I'm gonna go. Excuse me. I'm gonna go see Dune. It's been a long day. I'm gonna go see Dune Part 2 with Comics Division.
Nice. Tell me
at some AMC IMAX near San Antonio. But so if you're going there, come by and say hi. But yeah, what do you got coming up, Adam?
I got Base F Monday tomorrow. I got the electricians coming by also tomorrow to install electricity in my barn thing that I have. I don't know. It's not really a barn. It's like a huge shed barn. It's like a half barn, half shed.
A sharn.
Yeah, that's a sharn. I'm getting
A
electricity put
sharn.
in tomorrow. I'm really excited about it because then I can really start my new project, which
Yes.
I've been building for the past couple months. I'm pretty excited about it.
Very
so
cool.
that's starting soon. I'm starting a new channel. I'll be unveiling it soon. Yeah, looking forward to it.
I'll do an out of theater review, chat. I'm glad you have a little project. I'm glad you have people who will show up when you say, "Hey, electrician person, come on out." And you don't have to ask for 500 times. And they schedule you for 10 times. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Friday, I was like, I need an electrician. They're like, Monday. I'm like, that's amazing.
That doesn't happen here.
Awesome.
That's one business day. That's the next business day. Okay.
I got my gutters replaced on my house though last Friday, and I'm very excited about it. You know, when you're old, when you're like, rain gutters, yeah, yeah, baby.
Blender,
Take that water away. Efficient.
Well, they have little screens on them, so now all the fucking acorns and leaves.
Oh,
we
yeah.
just got nothing but
that's
trees around
cool.
my house. Won't
And you don't
get in
have to
them.
clean it. That's awesome.
I don't have to clean it. No, it's great. It
Mhm.
is great. What do you got coming up, X-Ray Girl?
Tomorrow, Z and I will be back with our Doctor Who reviews, and Torchwood. The episode for Doctor Who that we're watching is called 42 Human Nature. So I'll find out if I like that.
42 Chris Chibnall episode, probably one of the better Chris Chibnall episodes. Still not the best.
Ooh.
Human Nature, one of the best Doctor Who episodes. It's a two-parter ever.
Oh,
Ever.
I can't.
David
Is
Tennant's
it? Oh,
finest-
42. Okay, got it.
No, so 42 is not part of the two-parter. Human
Okay.
Nature is like, and Family of Blood are
Very
two-parter.
cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. There is 2 additional Streamlabs that
But wait a
came
minute,
in.
I've never seen the show, so you shouldn't listen to me.
Oh, that's true. All the as action figures and memorabilia mean nothing behind you. So Zorbu's back with $25 saying, "Sorry, all you Earthlings are sick. Probably our fault. We'll be we'll be sure to clean the probe after it's used from now on." Again,
Yeah.
sorry about that. I blame Garrett yet again.
That's it's probe spermia, not panspermia. It's probe.
Oh
spermia.
God.
And WG with $20 says, "Great show. See you in Vegas." Oh my gosh, see you in Vegas.
Hell.
For sure. And Dallin Lax became a member, a traveler. Hail.
Traveler.
And Chris
Welcome, traveler.
has gifted
Persia. What's up,
5
Chris Persia? How's it going?
memberships. Thank you, Chris.
Thank Huge.
I think we caught up on everything now officially.
All right. We're going to go. And I will see you next week when Garrett will be back. And our subject will be Antarctica.
Yay.
Nice. I'm
And
happy
then
about that.
The subject
Good.
after that will be, we are going to debate the Younger Dryas theories. Is it comet?
Oh, good. I like
is
that.
it plasma? Is it comet? Is it plasma?
Is it
and your
both?
homework is shitloads of Graham Hancock and Robert Schoch.
Oh man.
Yep.
Oh, so sad I have homework. Yay.
Yep. There you go. All right. Take care. What do I have coming up? Perry's editing a video. And after that video comes out, a couple days later, my Dune Part 2 review will come out. And I'm really excited to see this movie. I'm like, it's probably one of the few times this year I'm going to go, I can't wait to go to the movie theater. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I hope it's good.
Shit. And I'll probably come back and finish watching David Lynch's Dune when I get back. Because God, I love that fucking movie. Love that movie. It's weird.
Yeah.
It
is good though. It's weird, but it's good.
I saw it in a re-release in theaters. I didn't see it its first time around. But it was like an 86 or something like that. And I was tripping balls on acid and I fucking loved it. I was like, this is great, man. So
Awesome.
It was fucking
So it
good.
brings back memories.
It does.
Good.
Nice. Everyone, take care.
Bye, everyone.
Cheers.
Nerdrotic.com.
Welcome, travelers, to the fringes of reality, where the strange and mysterious meet, and the thin veil between fact and fiction is torn. Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.